We are here at our houses. This is not the Domain studio, but Nathan is on the other end of the line.
Tragic.
And I think he's coming through. You're going to have to let us know. We're not used to this. Normally we sit right next to each other. That's why Nathan looks like he is coming through a camcorder or something like that, is because his camera's not
Oh my
working.
gosh.
So
It's almost like I am coming through my computer cam.
So can you guys let me know if you can hear Nathan? But I mean, I think it looks like on my end you guys can hear him just fine. So, but we're happy you're here. We're gonna hang out for the game tonight. Obviously, Friday night NFL. I'm really excited about. By the way, I'm really glad that we don't have to wait from Thursday until Sunday this year to get more football. Last night watching the game made me realize how excited I am about football this year, and specifically excited for Sunday because that's literally like the best feeling in the world. So both sound good, loud and clear. Boom. All right, we're good. We're rolling. We only sat here for an hour and tried to figure it out. So, all right. Yeah. We got a super chat from Eric. Nathan, you want to take a super chat here?
Yep. Eric says, because T can't take care of body. I like the way you put that. That is very true.
Yep.
Half PPR, JSN, Brian Thomas Jr., Shakir, or Warren. In a half PPR, I don't trust Warren week 1. I'm going to go with JSN. I think JSN is a good pick there because Brian Thomas Jr. has, I think, a bit more competition there in the passing game. And then you've got Shakir. It's going to be between JSN or Shakir. If you want to go with either one of those guys, I support either one. Does not matter to me. But JSN would just be the guy that I lean. He's my favorite of the two. But those are my top two guys.
Yeah, I mean,
appreciate your super chat, man.
Let's see. I think JSN is somebody that we have ranked higher than Khalil Shakir. It is somebody we have ranked higher than Khalil Shakir by quite a few spots, by about 10 spots. It depends. I think JSN in terms of, I think he's the upside pick. I think Khalil Shakir is probably the safe pick this week. So, I mean, Shakir is probably going to be, picking up some pretty good reps while Keon Coleman's getting used to things. So, appreciate your super chat, buddy. Thanks, Eric. All right. Like I said, guys, we're hanging out. We're answering questions. We're going to kind of do whatever you guys want to tonight. So, we've got to think about 3 hours till game time. We'll stay on here as long as you guys want. Drop a like on the stream if you do enjoy us going live. And also, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that. And drop a question and say, hey, if you're a new subscriber, we would love to shout you out. But you're bigger on Hurts or Lamar in Dynasty and Fantasy. In Fantasy, probably Hurts. In Dynasty, they're the same tier. So it doesn't really matter to me. Good. Hurts and Smith stack. Let's go. Way. That's a pretty good stack. Pollard, Zeke, or Judy at flex. Probably Pollard, right?
Yes. I go with Pollard there.
Yeah, I think I would too. T. Higgins injury. Yeah, I already made a video about this because he's in my flex spot on the Flock League, and I'm pissed about it. I'm pissed.
Dom LaFlave says, Nathan looks like he's in an interrogation room. Get used to it, man. I'm in an apartment, and this is the only open wall where I'm allowed to do anything.
Where is that comment? I was going to put it up. Frick.
It's under Anakin, Women, and the Children,
nice.
too.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, I have the luxury of having my own little office here. I got the Flock League helmet behind me. Pretty soon I'm going to have a Domain Metal logo up me. But Nathan doesn't have, the ample office space that I do. So he's going to be broadcasting live from solitary confinement. So what's up, Draft Team
and hopefully
Fantasy
get
Football?
like an actual camera working next time.
Right.
That would be nice.
I don't know if we're going to. I think you might have to get a new computer. So Debo or Mixon in PPR flex this week? I'd probably lean Debo. I think you would too, right? I mean, actually, Debo's playing the Jets. Mixon's got the better matchup there, I feel like.
Yeah, but CMC is questionable. He's technically expected to play. I don't think they're going to use him as much as they usually do, which would imply that Ayuk, Debo, and Kittle are probably going to get a majority of the work. I would probably go with Debo because he's the most Christian McCaffrey-esque guy that they have.
Yeah.
So I'd lean Debo there.
Yeah. All right. We got a super chat from Jay. Jay, what's up, man? Thanks for your super chat. I'm in 8-team full PPR with 3 wide receiver, 2 flex. Thoughts on starting Jaden Reed and Christian Watson in the 2 flex spots? I can also start Deontay Johnson. Deontay was a sit for us this week. Christian Watson was a start. Jaden Reed's a good start. But you are starting 2 guys on the same team, right? You are starting 2 guys on the same offense that play the same position. I don't love that. I don't love that you have to make that decision every week. My advice to you, Jay, would probably be to try to move one of those guys. And after this week, maybe you can see which one, you can sell higher on or whatever. But in terms of this week, I think I'd go ahead and start both Packers. Nathan, I'm curious what you think about this one.
I'm going back and forth. In an 8 team, you want to go with upside, so I think you want to put Christian Watson in there for sure. And then it's your pick of Jaden Reed or Deontay Johnson. I'm going to lean the diversification, and I'm going to go Watson and Deontay. Over the course of the entire season, I'm more of a Jaden Reed guy. But in an 8 team, I think you just got to, especially in week 1, where it's pretty much anyone's game. Right, I mean, Dontavion Wicks could go nuts. He could go absolutely nuts week 1, and I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
I mean, Isaiah Likely just put up 25 points last night, right? So I think I would go Christian Watson and then your choice of Reed or Deontay.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Jay, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for your super chat. And guys, like I said, we're here answering questions all night. You can do that through super chats. We'll answer all the comments we can, but we typically end up answering mostly super chats. You can also go through to the Flock site and use that link as well. I'll drop that link in the description if you guys are wanting to do it that way. But like I said, we're here answering your questions, hanging out before the game, so let us know what you got. T is made of glass. I should have known better than to draft him in the highest stakes league that I have this year. And it's not highest stakes monetarily, it's highest stakes because I had to beat those guys. I literally feel like such an idiot, but it's whatever.
Wait, which one?
The Flock League. I drafted him in the Flock League.
You took Watson in the Flock League. I forgot about that.
No, I took T. Higgins. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. There you go. There you go.
This is a dynasty trade offer. Give up Christian McCaffrey and Neighbors for Amon-Ra and Brian Thomas in a second. I'd take Christian McCaffrey and Neighbors, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would. Tim says, Superflex 10-team start 9. Have Hurts and Mahomes. My wide receivers are mid. My running backs are Zamir and Ford. I got offered Eckler and Keenan Allen for Zamir. Mixed feelings. Thoughts on the trade and Eckler specifically? Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. You're getting 2 old, crusty veterans there for a guy that's probably not going to be a starter long term. So there's definitely downsides to both sides. In terms of Eckler, I don't know. He looked like he couldn't run last year. Some people think he's going to be productive this year. I've already got Mason trying to sell him to me in the Flock League. But I'm curious what your thoughts on this one are, Nathan.
Give me Eckler and Keenan Allen. Especially in fantasy, you're just basically getting 2 shots as opposed to 1 for 3 total uncertain guys, right? Zamir White, don't really know how long he's going to maintain his productivity in a bell cow workload situation. Eckler has shown that he can be productive before, and he doesn't have to have a bell cow workload, right? And then Keenan Allen just is coming off the best season of his career from a points per game and total points perspective, and he did it in 13 games. So I understand there's questions with all those guys, but give me the old and crusty guys. I'll take Eckler and Allen there.
I think I tend to agree with that. Etienne or Olave this week?
Etienne.
I was gonna say,
Take the running back.
Etienne.
I got to go with the running
back. Go
back.
with the volume.
Yeah. Plus, Olave's got a division matchup.
Yeah.
They've got Carolina, and I know Carolina isn't the sexiest defense of all time, but I go running backs all the way.
Yoshivas or Jalen Warren? Now that T. Higgins is going to be out. I would
Warren
probably lean Jalen Warren still. Yeah. I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not going crazy with Yoshivas yet, but White or Mostert? Man,
I've got Mostert for me.
Over Rashad White?
Oh gosh, no. If he's saying Zamir, I was thinking Zamir.
Oh, if it's Zamir, it's Mostert. If it's Rashad, it's probably Rashad.
It's Rashad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We got too many Whites.
Generally, unless you're in a really, really shallow format, you generally are starting both White and Mostert. So
true.
Yeah. If it's Zamir, I'm going with Mostert. And I think some people would lean Zamir because he has the full bell cow opportunity back there. But until Mostert stops scoring touchdowns, I'm going to keep starting him.
You got to go. You got to go in running backs in a good offense, I think. So
yeah.
Love or Kyler this week? I think we had Love higher. I think they're all the same
Yes.
tier. We had them back to back.
Love has a really, really good matchup. I think I had Kyler ahead of Love by one spot.
You had Love ahead of Kyler by 2 spots.
2 spots.
I had Kyler ahead of Love by 1
Buffalo.
spot.
It's because they're playing. It's because they're playing Buffalo. That's why.
Yeah, they're back to back. Start whichever one you want. Yeah. Montgomery or Stevenson? Probably Stevenson.
Give me Ramondre.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean Gibbs is going in banged up.
Yeah, I have Monty ranked higher this week. Same tier.
I don't blame you. Honestly, we did when we came out with a rankings video this week. We had him in the same tier.
Yeah.
So when you're in the same tier, again, I don't really care. I know we got to give you one though. I think Monty is safer because of the matchup and because Gibbs is a little banged up, and you know for a fact that he's going to get all the red zone carries, right? So I go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Christian Watson or Brian Thomas?
Christian Watson. I like the matchup too much.
Yeah, I think
Watson when he's on the field always has insane upside.
I mean, you're also talking about like,
will he be on the field? And he's guaranteed to be on the field in week 1. So
yeah, you also are talking about starting a rookie in week 1, so that's that's a little bit scary as well. Love or Kyler this week. Yeah,
just like Xavier Worthy last night.
If you spam a comment, it's not gonna be any more effective than if you just put it once. Trust me. What's up, guys? Full PPR with Higgins now doubtful. Should I start Watson tonight? Oh, yeah, I would start Watson. I don't think Higgins is playing.
Yeah.
Or plug JSN or Rashad White in. Oh, actually, Rashad White is who I would play there. So, actually, don't start Watson. Go with Rashad White. I should have read the rest of that.
Yep.
Saw you guys drafted Fantasy
We had
Flag.
Christian Watson as a start this week, didn't we?
We did.
In our starts video.
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
But, I mean, you would still start Rashad White, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you guys draft with Fantasy Vlog. Must have been a fun time. It was pretty fun. It was busy. We were working the entire time we were down there. I mean, it was a work trip for sure, but it was fun. And obviously other creators liked the idea too. So will Nathan dress up as Woody for Halloween? Nathan?
I'm thinking about it. I haven't found the perfect hat yet. I have some
interesting
worthy plaid shirts, but
Woody couldn't find his hat when they filmed Toy Story. That's weird.
That's true. I did find a snake in my boot earlier today.
You don't wear boots, you wear slides.
There's a snake on my slide.
Okay, shut up. Okay, if Higgins is out, is Yoshi startable in PPR? Is it safer to go Spears? No, I'd go Spears. Yeah. Just subscribe. Thanks, Wolf. Appreciate it, my man. Zach Moss over T. Higgins for flex. Yeah, I mean, T's not playing this week, so you got to go Zach. Got to go Moss. Yeah. How stoked are you for the drunk tank team with Rashid Rice's performance last night? I think that's the sleeper league, or the secret league team, right? Yeah, obviously Rashid Rice last night, guys. Nathan and I loved it. We loved it.
We did.
And
we proceeded to not talk about Isaiah Likely at all.
Right, we're just gonna ignore that
Which
part.
I feel like we should set the record straight, but I want to save it for the playbook.
Yeah, no, we need to. Well, but again, we didn't trash Isaiah Likely on the fantasy channel. We trashed him on the Dynasty channel.
On Dynasty.
Yeah. So.
Which. It was always about the production.
I know.
Which he just did yesterday.
I know.
And he looked pretty dang good doing it too. So. Yeah.
Man.
Generally, I'm a little more take locky on stuff, but. He looked pretty legit.
Yeah.
So,
I'm pretty pumped about that team, Corey. I'm pumped anywhere I have Rashid Rice. That's what I learned last night. What's wrong with the studio? Nothing is wrong with the studio. So during the season, we have to record our videos earlier in the week, and so we're in the studios Mondays and Sundays and Tuesdays. And so on Fridays, instead of being in the studio, now we're going to be at home. And any other like extra live streams we can do at home because I got this nice little setup in my office. I got my helmet. I've got
this nice little.
Nathan's got his white corner. So. It's perfect, right? It's all you need. We're here.
Plant. If you want me to hold the plant the entire time for something to look at, then I can do that too.
Why don't you hold the plant for a minute so people can kind of get that vibe? You have the plant?
It's literally huge, and it's on the other side of the room.
All right. Well, next time you should hold the plant.
I have a bamboo plant that's a little closer. I can grab that.
No, it's all right. We can do it next time. Anthony's question. You want to take Anthony's question?
Thoughts
on Kelce?
Yes. once I find it.
It's
Thoughts on
200K.
Kelce after last night, seeing how Rice and Worthy were being utilized. I'm not worried in the slightest. We actually just came out with a strategy video today. That was about, we recorded it before the start of the very first game because we knew that our perspective was inevitably going to be skewed by what happened in the first couple of games of the week, because that's always what happens, right? You have a bunch of guys that produce that you didn't expect to, and you have a bunch of guys that you expected to produce not do well, and then they fall, and then guys that, you know, do stuff end up rising significantly and become big waiver pickups. And I think with Travis Kelce, he was kind of the product of a really, really odd game. For as fun as it was yesterday, I don't realistically see Baltimore playing that type of offense all year because it's not sustainable. And I don't see everyone in the NFL letting Xavier Worthy get past him like Baltimore did yesterday.
Right.
And that's probably going to open up the field a little bit for Kelce to be able to do more. Very similar to kind of like Mark Andrews, right, where he was getting double teamed a lot yesterday. I think there are a lot of eyes on Travis Kelce because he was the top option last year, just like he was the year before and the year before that and for the last 7 years. And now you've got other guys and other mouths to feed. Rashid Rice was getting his own, right? Worthy getting his own. So I think it's, if anything, in the long run this season, it's going to help Kelce. Yesterday was just weird. And it's going to be fine, right? He didn't look any slower than he has the last few years. He looks like Travis Kelce. Yeah. He had that one drop. Bummer. He had drops last year too. So I would wait to freak out until this happens for like 2 or 3 straight weeks, and then we can talk about it. But legit could not be any less concerned.
So chat, let me know. Have you seen any trades go down as a result of last night's game? I want to see how psycho we are. Any trades? Have you seen any of them go down? If you are here, we got Friday Night NFL, so make sure you drop a like. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. We appreciate that, and we're getting close to 11K. So how about that? We're a little bit over 1 year old now, so we just had our first birthday, but we're getting there. We appreciate you guys joining us. It's yeah, I know, we're growing.
We just started walking not that long ago.
Shut up. Unless our development is delayed, in which we wouldn't be walking yet.
That is up to the algorithm.
Yeah, it is. All right.
Yep.
I have Neighbors and Watson. Who do I start? Probably Neighbors. I might think you got to start Neighbors or Watson, right?
We had Neighbors as a sit this week.
We do, but we still had him a tier higher than Christian Watson.
I know. Rankings are just...
Rankings are always right, Nathan.
Yep, right. Exactly.
Yeah, Neighbors.
That's fine if you go Neighbors.
Yeah,
Watson's in a great matchup.
Yeah, I agree. Do you have concerns for Chase playing this week? I think he said if he plays, it's going to be limited.
He's playing. I you know what's really funny is Zach Taylor during that press conference literally said like, yeah, so he's going to be a full go. We expect him to play. And then Jamar Chase immediately after him was like, yeah, so I'm going to be limited if I do play. I feel like, you know, I'll be nice enough to play even though they haven't paid me yet.
That's the second time he's done
so
that.
It is so petty. It's so petty.
Yeah.
But you're starting Jamar Chase regardless, I think, unless you're faced with something like a second or third round pick in your fantasy draft where for some reason you're able to start him over Jamar Chase. Like, I guess you can do that, but that's almost never happening. Like, start Jamar. All it's going to take is 1 or 2 targets with big playability, and he's got you 15 points. So
true. Yeah. Let's see. What's up, Anna? No trades. Likely for JMO. Interesting. I would probably take Likely there. Honestly, wouldn't you? In a redraft league?
Yes.
Yeah. Corey says he moved. I saw your trade, Corey, that you moved Andrews. That worked out pretty well for you. Yeah, interesting. All right. Nathan, you want to take a couple of these comments? I'm on Lonely Bee now.
Yeah, Lonely Bee says Rashid Rice looks to have a high usage role. That is very true. As a wide receiver 1 in a top offense led by the best quarterback in the league, he looks like a minimum fantasy wide receiver 2. Touchdowns will determine if he's a fantasy wide receiver 1. I think you nailed it right on the head. If he continues this trajectory, which I think is very realistic given the quality of targets that he's getting, right? I mean, a lot of his targets are Mahomes getting it in his hand, and he's immediately getting it to Rashid Rice 5 yards down the field. Rashid Rice is doing the rest. He's always being covered in man, right? And then his yak ability is unbelievable. I think wide receiver 1 could be stretching it a little bit. I think it does depend on like how dominant does Travis Kelce continue to be. If Kelce takes a step down compared to what he's done for the last 5 years, I think that you could realistically see Rashid Rice flirt with low-end wide receiver 1 numbers. But right now, I'm going to be a little conservative. I'm still expecting him to be a wide receiver 2. And it is funny, though. Like that first drive, I was like, watch, first target's going to go to Rashid. It did. I was like, watch, next target's going to go to Rashid. There you go. And then it just kept going on. It was awesome to watch. You immediately knew, like, first drive, you're like, Rashid Rice, steal the draft.
Yeah.
For anyone that took him, steal the draft. Dan says, am I crazy for thinking Shakir is one of the best guys in Dynasty right now? Dynasty,
if you're flexing
could
him,
be.
Right?
He could be. Yeah. From I mean, if he ends up producing as a low-end wide receiver 2, high-end wide receiver 3, I think you're getting pretty good value out of him. If he disappoints, then what are you out? Like a late second-round pick? I don't know. So best value in Dynasty, I don't know if I go that far. I think there's a lot of really, really good values that are just guaranteed to be at the status that they were before, like injury, like TJ Hawkinson. I can't go through a video without mentioning him. And then Rashid Rice, obviously, with all the legal stuff, I think he was probably the easiest smash value. But Shakir, I mean, depending on what he does this year, he could be up there for sure. Eric says, unreal that in a contract year, T dominates camp and then can't keep himself healthy before a statement week 1. I play for professional baseball, not that I know everything, just ticks me off. Yeah. Professional baseball. Who do you play for, Eric? I would love to know. That's pretty awesome. And yeah, with T Higgins, dude, I can't, like, when are we going to stop giving this guy the benefit of the doubt year in and year out? Like, we think he has this crazy upside. He's finally being discounted a little bit going into 24, so he's not that bad of a value. But then this happens. It's like, dude,
Eric
this is your time to
Osberg.
shine.
Eric plays for the Montgomery Biscuits, which is the AA affiliate for the Tampa Bay Rays. So,
dude,
nice. Shout out,
let's
Eric.
Go.
Eric is officially the most qualified athlete on this stream. So there you go.
Absolutely.
Unless you know,
and make sure you
so.
Yeah, tell the rest of the baseball team about us.
Right.
When you get to the majors, tell everyone you see about Dynasty Domain. Or Domain Fantasy Football. My bad.
Nathan can't ever get past Dynasty. Appreciate you, Eric.
No.
Becca says we're on the wrong sides. We're on whatever side we want to be, Becca.
Oh my gosh, I'm not guy on the left.
Hey, we did get a review question on the site. So let's go ahead and do this. And the comment says, awesome. This is for the Bronze League against Avery. Hooray. I get to be the author of my own demise here. So, oh, man. Okay, so it looks like you need a running back and a flex here. You've got A-Rich. You've got Bijan. You've got Devonta Smith, Jaden Reed, Pat Freiermuth, and Nico Collins. Let me look. Let's open this up. Okay, so running back, Tyjae or Trey Benson or Chuba. Honestly, probably Tyjae, don't you think, Nathan?
Yeah, I would go Tyjae there.
Okay. And then in flex, you've got Debo or Godwin.
Well, he's got Debo.
I think you're not going Godwin against the.
No.
Okay, you're going Debo.
I gotta go Debo.
All right, yeah, there you go.
Debo's a late second round, early third round pick. You have to start him everywhere this week.
In the Bronze League, huh? So who do I play in the Bronze League? I want to look at that. Honestly, I probably just gave you the win against me, so that's going to be freaking fun. None of us have played yet. Oh, it's Sunraker. Yeah. That's
honestly.
What?
He's got Jaden Reed in his starting lineup. Would you prefer Jaden Reed or Godwin this week?
Probably Jaden Reed. I mean, they're in the same tier, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think
if you want to start both Debo and Godwin, I would probably go Godwin and replace him with Reed if you wanted to somehow get Godwin in your lineup.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I agree with that. All right, Sunraker, thanks for submitting on the site. If you guys want to submit on the site, like I said, go to flockfantasy.com. Click on this little thing up here. Hello, this little money sign thing.
Fancy.
And then start a question right here. And anytime you guys submit one of those, we'll answer it just like we just did. But appreciate Sunraker for submitting that way. Let's make sure we don't have any super chats. I don't think we do. Let's jump up and start at Anakin, women and the two children to Skywalker.
Yep, he says, good evening, lads. Good evening.
What's up?
Andrews screwed me last night.
Yeah.
Rice and Pacheco pulled through for me, as expected. If Andrews has a bounce back week 2, should I try to flip him for, say, Kincaid? If you can, sure. I don't have an issue with that at all. I do like Kincaid this year a lot. That said, it's still Mark Andrews, right? And you know probably that it's likely that he's still going to have top 6 tight end upside. I think Kincaid is still a little more unproven. But I mean, he could literally operate as a wide receiver 1 in Buffalo's offense.
Yeah.
Right. So
sure.
I definitely understand that if you want to do it. Definitely don't move Andrews off your team now. That's for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. He says got Allen as my QB. That makes sense. You're trying to get the stack there.
Yep.
DeQuentin says hopefully Watson drops at least 15. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, it's all right that you sat Worthy too, because I sat Worthy in a couple leagues. You didn't know what he's going to do in week 1, right?
No.
You didn't know he's going to have 2 touchdowns on 3 touches. So.
No, and honestly, if he didn't get one of those, right, if Baltimore doesn't blow the coverage for that second touchdown, Worthy's looking at a pretty mediocre day because he didn't get that much volume.
Right.
I mean, that was a total crapshoot, really, really lucky day for a lot of people that started Worthy. You just got lucky. And I think, honestly, Xavier Worthy's best ball outlook this year is way better than his redraft outlook. And I think over these next couple of weeks, depending on where Worthy's production and usage is coming from, we might want to look at what we're doing with Worthy from a buy-sell perspective in your normal fantasy leagues.
There we go. I'm putting our subs on the screen, so if people want to subscribe, they can see the thing go boop.
Ooh, boop.
There we go. How about that? Live production skills right there. Put that right up between us. There you go. Boom. Subscribe if you haven't. We got a super chat over here from... Who is it? Oh, my gosh. Umut Imre Mart. What is TRY? What is TRY?
That's a great question.
You got to tell us where you're at, man. Appreciate your super chat, though. Should I start Reed or Watson over T this weekend? If so, which one? Good question.
What are your league settings?
Yeah.
Your league settings for that one.
I mean, I don't think you can start T. It does not look like T is going to be there this week.
Yeah.
And
so assuming you have to start Reed or Watson, got to know your league settings, because if it's full PPR and it's like a 12-team format, I'm probably going to give the edge to Reed. If you're like in a 10-team, half PPR, more high upside format, start 8, I'm going to give the edge to Watson this week for the big playability.
That's Turkish lira. That's what that is.
Wow.
So he might be in Turkey. Sweet. Yeah, TRY is Turkey.
Go.
There we go. Some of y'all figured it out.
That is some awesome sauce right there.
Appreciate your super chat, man. And yeah, I agree. If it's an upside play, like if you need the upside, yeah, T. Higgins is not playing. So Reed for safety, Watson for upside, depending on your league. Again, if it's a 12-team, 2-3 flex league, you're doing Reed. If it's an upside league, you're going Watson. So he said, I'm from Turkey, so
Eric
we got
says that a lot of Rays guys watch us.
What? Where? Are you serious?
Right under the super chat, yeah.
Shut the front door. You better not be lying to us, Eric. That's freaking cool. That's awesome. How about that? Nathan, you need to get a haircut now.
My hair, it's at a good stage now. It was
Okay.
rough there for like a month. It looks a lot better now because it's starting to settle. I mean, I like chopped it off.
All right.
I went like military cut style. Like it was short.
All right.
I'm probably gonna keep it until the end of the year.
Oh my gosh.
At
Okay.
least.
He says it's a 12-team, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex though. Does that change your answer?
Reed. I'm going Reed.
I think I go Reed
PPR
too.
there.
I think I go Reed.
Yep. That's good to know. Again, the higher upside format, the more I'm going to go with the high upside guys like Christian Watson. But in that type of format, go with the slot wide receiver who you know is probably going to get more consistent targets or a good chance at getting consistent targets, and go with Reed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a good chance that they both have a good game, honestly.
Yeah. No, for sure.
That secondary has still got to figure things out. I know they got Quinyon Mitchell and the other guy from Iowa in the second round, both guys that we wanted the Colts to get, and they didn't. But it could take that a little bit of time.
Yeah. All right, appreciate
it.
And
it's a Fangio defense too.
That's true.
Right, Fangio's a DC there, and he does not like giving away the big plays, and he sacrifices giving up or allowing some of those short plays as well. So
their defense is going to be interesting. I'm interested to see that tonight. I'm interested to see both of those teams tonight. I mean, I think it's going to be quite interesting.
So there's so many Fangio truthers out there, and there are some people that are a downer on Fangio and kind of his system. I'm on the fence. I think it's very dependent on the skill sets of the players that are matched up against him.
Yeah.
Week in and week out.
Yeah. All right. We'll jump back up to the top. We are way up here now. There's a lot of comments, so we'll get through as many of these as we can. But like I said, drop a like if you're here. Subscribe if you haven't. And drop a super chat if you want to jump the line, in which here comes one right now from our boy Andrew. Andrew, what's up, man? Thanks for your super chat. We appreciate it. This is a full PPR 12-team league. Your team is Hurts. Okay. You've got Warren and Zamir and Walker. Okay. You've got and Hubbard there. You've got Wilson, AJ Brown, Nico, and Rice. That's sick. You've got Ingram. Is it worth losing week 1 to get Likely or a top waiver running back?
No. Never
No.
sacrifice a week of winning for a waiver pickup. Not even if it's the next Puka. Don't do it. You go no. Don't do that. What I would say, the number one thing I would recommend, and something that Avery and I had to learn the hard way after years and years and years and years of playing different formats in fantasy, please do FAAB waivers. It's the most fair way. There is really very few good reasons to just have it be the worst team getting the best player, because some of those worst teams that really had terrible drafts just got lucky by getting Puka off waivers last year because they were the worst teams, right, in the first couple of weeks. So at that point, you're already just putting more luck into the equation, and 80% of fantasy football is already luck. So that would be the number one thing I'd draw from that. But definitely do not tank the week just because you want to get Likely.
For sure.
There's a lot. There's a lot that goes into that.
Look, you got a good team, man. Like Hurts, Wilson, the Hurts Brown stack, and then Nico and Rice in a 12-team full PPR. You're
get
good.
By with Zamir and Walker too.
You're good, man. That's a good team. You don't need Likely. You've got Ingram.
Yep.
It's a good team. So I like the trying to play 40 chess idea, but let's just win. Let's just win as many freaking fantasy games as we can, right?
Heck yeah.
Corey, what's up? Thanks for your super chat. Nathan, you got Corey's super chat.
Yep. So Corey says, I've got AD Mitchell in a few leagues. He just tagged us today and asked us a question about AD Mitchell because Downs is out. How does he rank this week with Downs out and the expected game script? Would you start him over Ladd and or Jacoby? I think it's a wash between Ladd and AD Mitchell because they're both rookies. I think both of them are just as likely as the other to have a big week. With the way that Mitchell is being utilized in the preseason, right? A lot of red zone usage, a lot of red zone targets. I could see you giving the edge to AD over Ladd just because we really don't know what that situation is going to look like in LA. With Jacoby Myers, he's just so dang safe. Again, I'd love to know, Corey, what your format is here. If you're going full PPR and 12-team, I'm not expecting AD Mitchell to get a significant amount of like crazy volume where he's going to have 8-9 receptions for a ton of yards, right? Probably the production you're going to get from Mitchell this year or this week is going to be from touchdowns, if anything, and you're going to have to bet on that, right? So again, if you're going to go upside, I think you can do Mitchell. I'm going to lean Jacoby week 1. I've just got to lean Jacoby. I think between JT's rushing ability, AR's rushing upside, and Pittman just doing Michael Pittman things, I think you're going to look at, those guys getting a majority of the usage. But you've got your best corner lined up against Pittman, right, from Houston, Stingley. So that is something to keep in mind as well. But I mean, with the way that Steichen just absolutely schooled that defense at the end of last year by just running Jonathan Taylor constantly because they couldn't stop him. I mean, don't be surprised if that happens again. And they're going to want to slow down the pace of play because they don't want Stroud in that air raid offense absolutely destroying the Colts secondary. So they're going to have to slow the game down.
Yeah. Yeah. He says the standard domain dynasty scoring. So there you go. But I agree with you. And Corey,
I'm going to go Jacoby.
Corey, you're a certified insane person because that's your 20th super chat. So congrats on that. Waffle Hauser, appreciate you, buddy. I am military. I did know that. Your hair would be out of regs, Bug. It definitely is out of regs. Did you say something about being?
I'm saying, no. I said earlier when I cut it so short, it was dang near military style because it was so short.
I don't think you know what military style is.
It was very short.
Whatever.
I wasn't actually saying it was military style.
Also, how does Avery feel about people chatting during games? Dude, every time I'm playing him in a league and every time Rashid Rice caught a pass last night, he was like, Avery's going to make this close. Avery's going to make this close. I'm like, dude, we haven't even started yet. So, appreciate you, Waffle. You know I'm screwing with you, too. Harrison, what's up, man? Thanks for your super chat. 2 flex spot, Ayuk, Lad, Deontay Johnson. It's a 12-team half PPR. Ayuk for sure. Even with Sauce, I'm going Ayuk, and I'm probably going to go. I probably want to lean the veterans there and go Ayuk and Deontay. What do you think, Nate?
Definitely Ayuk.
Yeah.
Deontay does not have a super great outlook this week. It's more unknown than anything.
Right.
I'm going to keep doing it until it continues to bite me in the butt. I mean, we keep shorting rookie wide receivers heading into the first week of their NFL career, and then guys like Worthy just go off. I'm going to go with Deontay Johnson still.
Yeah, I think I am too. Appreciate it, Harrison. Thanks for your super chat, man. G16, what is up, my friend? It's a 12-team half PPR start. Odunze or Myers? I'm going to go Jacoby. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you... And you're looking at... Where do we have them ranked? Hold on, I'm going to double check here. Jacoby Myers, we have him ranked 1, 2, 3 spots over Rome Odunze this week. So it's close.
Yeah.
It is close. Not like it's not worth thinking about, but definitely, I'm definitely going Myers there. So,
yep.
All right. Appreciate you, man. All right. Like I said, guys, if you guys have a question and you want to answer it right now while we're on this stream, drop a super chat or go to the Flock site and you can submit your questions there on the Start Sit tool. But we're going to, as long as we don't have super chats, we're going to jump all the way back up to the top here where we left off. Nathan, I think we left up on the White Wabbit. See that? See where that's at? ETN or Olave and PPR.
Yeah. Yep, I got to scroll all the way up. Give me a
I think we answered that one. I think we said ETN. Full PPR, Mixon, Diggs, or Najee. And for my QB, Dak or Caleb. Who did the Cowboys play? The Browns. And the Bears play the Titans.
Why am I blanking on the Bears? You're right. It's the Titans.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would probably still go Dak.
Diggs.
And then for your other flex spot, I'd probably go Diggs. Yeah. Playing the Colts.
Diggs is going to work the Colts.
Rome or Ayuk in Dynasty?
Ayuk.
Yeah, I'm going
He just got a huge deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's in the I had Worthy in my bench club? A lot of people are. Love or Murray?
Everyone who wasn't crazy. So basically everyone not named Sal.
True. Love or Murray? We're going.
You know what's hilarious
Love.
too is he took Worthy the pick after I took Pickens in that draft.
Oh my gosh. You could have had Worthy instead of Pickens?
Yeah, I'm doing a video about it. Don't you worry.
That kind of sucks.
I'm trying not to cry about it. It's okay.
Love or Kyler?
It's okay.
We're getting lots of Love or Kylers tonight. Tank, Dell, Chase Brown, Jaden Reed, or Calvin Ridley. It's a 12-team half PPR, by the way. Ridley or Tank?
Tank.
Tank. All right.
In a half
even
PPR,
though
I'm going Tank.
So you're going Tank even though Kenny Moore is going to be guarding him?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. I feel like you're emotionally hedging that, but whatever. It's fine. I don't blame you. I would do it too. I mean, Kenny's the only good corner on that team.
You can't play man against Tank.
That's fair. That's somewhat true.
Gus Bradley, literally all he does, like he doesn't play man.
No, I mean that is true. So they're gonna be in cover 3 the whole time. So like
he like lives in cover 3.
I know. I get it. We keeping our head above the waves with Mark Andrews, or is this a legitimate panic? Head. Here's my head. Here are the waves. You know it. We're keeping them above it, baby. We got a super chat. I think that's Mana Cole's logo. Let's scroll down. I know Mana Cole.
Yeah.
Warrior King had a question. Oh, he actually had a question we just answered for somebody else. Ayuk or Tank Dell in my flex?
Ayuk or Tank Dell in my flex. Full PPR.
Yeah.
In full PPR, Ayuk. You gotta go Ayuk.
Actually, we answered the Dynasty question. This is technically a start question. And we do have Ayuk ranked over Tank Dell. Same tier, though. So we'll go Ayuk, but know that they're in the same tier, and so start who you want.
Same tier. One downside with Ayuk is he hasn't practiced all offseason, right? But the one nice thing is that CMC is probably going to have a little bit of a limited workload.
Yeah. And then another super chat here from Man of Cole. Not sure if you guys addressed this yet, but if so, I apologize. Yosivas worth a flex play in a 2 flex league in a full PPR 12 team. I lean probably not. I don't understand. Here's what I want the chat to tell me. I want the chat to I want them to make me understand this. Why is like Jermaine Burton had a good preseason? Like he had a really good preseason in terms of his like efficiency grades and his receiving grades from PFF. He was like the highest PFF graded rookie receiver in the preseason. I know it's the preseason, but like why are we writing off Burton? Is he just not project to get immediate production? Maybe I don't know enough about that, so I'm genuinely asking.
He was originally being written off because he was going to back up T. Higgins, right? He was going to take that T. Higgins role once Higgins was gone, and Yosivas was going to get the slot usage. Now both of them are going to have to be on the field because Higgins isn't playing and Chase is going to be limited. So with both of them on the field now, with Joe Burrow throwing the ball, I'm probably just going to go with the more talented guy. Right? Yeah. I'm probably going to go with Burton. I get it. Like, I get Burton has a ton of concerns. And I know that some of the character stuff and the work ethic has still been a concern, and that's carried into the Cincinnati offseason stuff, like just from what I've heard in news. But with this situation, I don't really care.
Yeah.
With Higgins out now, I don't care. I understood it before Higgins went down.
Yeah.
Now I think it's got to be Burton.
Well, I mean, and what they're saying here obviously is that Yosivas is higher than him on the depth chart, which I think, I mean, that makes sense. That's the most.
I mean, he's starting before Burton. He was ready to start before Burton was. Yeah. That is accurate.
Yeah.
But again, that's more of a schematic thing.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. In terms of, to answer your question, man, Cole, I'm not personally flexing him this week.
I would not flex him either.
I didn't even take the time to put him in my updated rankings because he's not going to crack my top 48. So
if we've learned anything about Cincinnati since Burrow was on that team and Zach Taylor was their head coach, they do not start seasons well. Not only do they not start seasons well and not win games, the production isn't there either. It wasn't there for Mixon last year. It wasn't there for Burrow last year to start the year. It was on and off with Chase and Higgins. So, I mean, if it's just a dud week for everyone in week 1 this year, I wouldn't be shocked.
I mean, it is a new offensive coordinator. Maybe this is the year that they don't suck week 1.
You think it was Callahan more than
I don't know. I'm just saying maybe that was it. Maybe this for some reason they'll be good this year. But
could be.
Typically, in the past you've been right. So, so no, I'm not flexing him. But Cincinnati said they won't play him until he applies himself, and that's harsh. Man, these coaches are being hard on rookies these days. I'll tell you what, they really are. We got well, I guess Kendrick Miller's not a rookie.
They're entitled.
So, yeah, that's true. All right, cool. Let me check the site real quick. I don't think we have any super chats. Like I said, guys, we have an extremely long line for questions tonight, but we would love to answer your question and feature you on the stream. So drop a super chat if you'd like to skip the line, or drop a regular comment, and we might get to it, might not, but we got a lot of these to go through. And you can also submit, like I said, using the start sit question on the site, and we'll bring it up and do your start sits that way. But all right, I think, Nathan, we are at Tresner's Imagine Drafting T. Higgins in 24. You see that?
All the way up there.
Yep.
Yep.
A lot of, and they were kind of just talking here. So, Dynasty questions. Caleb Williams for Waddle, Devonta, and Goddard. Probably Williams.
Yeah.
All right, super chat. Jump back up. Ryan, what's up, my friend? Nathan, you got this one.
Yep. Ryan says, should I trade Gabe Davis and Carson Steele for Adam Thielen and J.K. Dobbins? I'm really thin at running back with Devin Singletary as my RB2, Gibbs RB1, 12-team, full PPR. Gabe Davis is younger than Adam Thielen. They've paid him a decent amount of money in Jacksonville. I don't love either his or Adam Thielen's outlook this year, but I know for a fact that Thielen ain't going to do what he did last year. So I'll give Gabe Davis the edge there. Carson Steele or J.K. Dobbins, you're basically talking about two backups. I'm going to go with the fresh legs. I'm going to go with Gabe Davis and Carson Steele.
You would take Steele over Dobbins?
No.
Oh.
I think the gap between Gabe Davis and Thielen is bigger than the gap between Carson Steele and Dobbins.
Chat, who are you taking there?
Dobbins is going to do anything.
You taking the Davis side? You taking the Thielen side? Let us know, chat. But I think I lean the Adam Thielen, J.K. Dobbins side because I don't feel like there's a difference.
Runner says Dobbins is good for like 4 weeks.
There's some truth to that.
Tops.
I view Gabe Davis and Adam Thielen this year very similarly, so maybe I'm wrong, but so that makes me lean J.K. Dobbins because I feel like J.K. is going to be more productive, but J.K. also will probably get hurt.
I mean, you saw Pacheco go down yesterday, and Carson Steele was immediately on the field. Immediately. And he even got a couple carries outside of that too. So it's an interesting situation to look at. Pirine got a couple of snaps as well, and he hasn't even been on the team. I just think there's going to be some opportunity there.
Yeah.
Down the line. So
I'm curious, Tresner, because I think I've seen 20 negative T. Higgins comments from you. Did he hurt you? Man, you do not like T. Man, I'm just wondering. I'm the idiot that drafted T. Higgins in the Flock League, so you can kill me for that one. But
did T hurt you? I know for a fact T never ever hurt Avery and I because we were never on the T train
until right now, when I have him on the Flock League team. So
the one,
yeah. So that's really good. Good, and you have Pickens too, and Pickens is gonna suck this year for you. So
yep,
yeah.
I know. I said it too.
I know.
Never have been more disgusted with myself. In the middle, in the process of taking George Pickens, I knew I shouldn't do it, and I did it anyways.
Stanley asked, do I play Hurts and AJ Brown plus Smith? I mean, of all weeks to do it, it's not a bad week, but I mean, eventually I would try to get one of those receivers off. That's what I think. So
yeah,
Mostert or Tank in a full PPR. That's tough. Both.
In a full PPR?
Both, yeah.
Dang.
I'll go Mostert. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate you. Reader Pickens.
It's like Addison and Mostert all over again.
No, it's not, because I don't feel that strongly about that. That was stupid. You were like, Addison's going to go off.
J-Jeff wasn't playing that week. It was the first game without JJ.
Doesn't matter. It was always Mostert.
Doesn't matter.
He was playing the Panthers, dude. Reader Pickens. Reed.
This is bad memories, man.
Reed. What do I do with Andrews and Henry? Just hold. Let's wait till next week. Let's not make any rash decisions. Let's not panic sell. None of that.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones or Raheem Mostert? Mostert.
Yeah.
Mostert's a must-start for us this week. So,
I mean, he was a must-start all year last year, and he didn't stop.
Flex, Jaden Reed or Javonte Williams? It's a good question. That's a good one. A little bit tougher.
So the Broncos have Seattle this week.
Yeah.
I am terrified of anyone going up against Mike McDonald's defense. Not to mention a running back that's unproven. I'll go with Jaden Reed. I like the matchup more.
Okay. Rome, Addison, Yoshi, or Chase Brown?
Rome, Addison, Yoshi, or Chase Brown. Addison. My second choice would be Rome or Chase Brown.
Yeah. That's kind of tough.
Yep.
Watson, 1 catch, 70 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pulled hammy. And then he said Nathan is Woody every day. So there you go. Who at flex? Higgins, Zach Moss, or Jaden Reed have PPR?
What? I've never gotten that. What did I do?
You're
to
not
be
getting
Woody?
it now either. So
No, I'm not.
okay, Higgins, Zach Moss, or Jaden
In
Reed.
full Toy Story mode right now.
Again, he's not talking about Toy Story. Higgins, Zach Moss, or Jaden Reed. Pick one.
Okay.
It's not gonna
Well,
be
not
not gonna be
Higgins.
Higgins, so it's
It's not
Moss or
gonna be
Reed.
Higgins.
I go Reed.
I go Reed as well.
Are you from Indiana? Is that why you're Colts fans? We are from Indiana. We are Colts fans. Go horse, baby. And pain and suffering. That's the way to do it. So
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I can hear the package or the UPS guy outside. So
I
Sky's
have
going
no
nuts.
idea where you're operating out of, by the way.
What are you talking about?
Where are you reading the questions? Did you scroll all the way back up again?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I'm on. Do I pick up likely if I have Andrews?
Do I pick up likely if I have Andrews?
I think you can. Yeah, I think you try to pick up likely no matter what.
Yep. Can't believe freaking Joe just got so lucky.
I know. We were trashing him for taking him too. Mostert, Reed, Rashad White, or Pittman in my flex. Wow, that's a good flex spot. Holy smokes, man. Nathan?
Rashad White. Just go with the guy that has the highest ADP.
Yeah. Guys trying to sell Jefferson. Is Mike and Evans and Zay a good first offer? Try it. Because if he takes it, you're good. So, imagine drafting T. Higgins in the 4th even. Didn't do that, but again,
Gosh.
the T. Higgins, man. Started Rice over Neighbors in my flex. There you go. That's a shot called. You better hope Malik Neighbors doesn't pop off completely now. But you want to take a couple of these comments?
Yep. So, where are we at? Josu prefer Rice over Neighbors. Or no, we just did that one.
Jacob.
Where's Jacob?
Oh, my Lord, Nathan.
How far down are you?
Could McLaurin, Jamison Williams, or Jaden Reed replace DJ Moore as my flex? Probably not. I'm going DJ Moore there. Would you start Kyler or AR5 this week? We have Anthony Richardson, I think, ranked higher than Kyler, so I'd go. You need to sell one of those quarterbacks. I'm on Brandon's now, Nathan.
There it is.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay, go for it. It's all yours.
Yep. Well, you just answered that one. So,
True.
Thrill Shot says, guy in my league wants to trade Henry after last night. Would you trade Javonte and Judy to get 100%? Absolutely. Judy's wide receiver 6 on the team, so upgrade from Javonte to Henry. It's not even close.
Yeah.
You smash Henry.
All right.
I will never understand why people are freaking out so much about Henry after last night. He got the red zone opportunity. He got the red zone carries. He got a decent amount of volume, and this is what Henry does every single year. He always starts slow, and then he gets better as everyone else gets worse. And he gets better as everyone else gets banged up because he just doesn't die. So he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
He's going to be totally fine.
We have a super chat from Argriff Giants. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Reed, Ridley, Kirk, or JSN for flex is a start mine PPR league. Probably Ridley. Let me look. This is a straight rankings question, so let's just refer to our rankings.
Ridley's coming. Ridley's got the Chicago matchup. Reed has the better matchup.
Ridley,
Kirk
we
didn't
have
a bad matchup
we have Ridley two
I'm going
spots
Ridley.
higher than Christian Kirk. We have him. Where's Reed? We have him. Where's Jaden Reed? We have him higher than Jaden Reed. I know that too.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I go Ridley there.
Yeah, there's Jaden Reed. Yeah, I go. Ridley is the highest ranked guy for this week. So,
yeah.
Appreciate your
wide receiver one unquestioned.
Dan Tresner says he'd go Ridley. So, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, I'll scroll up now. Hold on, I saw something. Do you have the comment pulled up?
Anakin and Women and the Children too.
I think that's the next one. Yep.
There's a whole convo here. So.
We will. We'll skip the man. We have so many now. I'm losing them on my screen. So
I know they're all going away. Super chats get priority, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So,
we're gonna be answering super chats here in a second.
Because we're losing the comments. Yeah.
Yep.
Anakin, winning with the children too, says 7 catches for 103 yards. The key is no touchdowns. Imagine when Rice starts getting them in the end zone. Yeah, I mean, that's the best part about a slot wide receiver is they're so safe. They don't require touchdowns, right? It's like a Michael Pittman sort of situation.
Right.
150, 160 targets. He's just going to get it. It's just what happens. And he's going to be really safe. Maybe not the craziest ceiling or anything like that, but Rice adds some touchdowns on there, and you're looking pretty good.
Yep.
Maddox says, Guy already looking to sell Kelce. Currently have Ferguson, Hawk. Who should I consider trading? Or should I consider trying anything? I mean, yeah, try Ferguson straight up. Seriously. There's a good chance that Ferguson outproduces what Kelce did this week, and if he does, if this guy's already overreacting about Kelce, you can do it.
Yeah. Seen likely for Jameson Williams. Yeah, we read that one. Remember, Rice had 8 touchdowns or so last year and fewer percentage of snaps. That's true. I think he gets. I mean, I think Rice is. I think his ceiling is a wide receiver 1, top low end wide receiver 1. So, all right. No trades in my league yet. Yeah, happen to move Mark Andrews to. Yeah, we saw that one. Been trying to move Worthy my dynasty leagues. My chief friends. He doesn't want him though. We answered that. Let's go to. We have a super chat. That's easier. Let's jump down here. That's our guy Ryan again. Ryan, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for saving us from trying to read all these comments. Higgins in my second flex spot. Now that he's hurt, do I start McConkey or Gabe Davis? Also Stafford or Daniels? Daniels is stacked with McLaurin. Good question. I would go Stafford this week. Personally, in that matchup.
Daniels.
You are going Daniels?
I go Daniels. Yep. I have him ranked over Stafford. I think you have Stafford ranked over Daniels.
I have Stafford ranked over Daniels, so yeah. Oh no, I don't. Matchup. No, I don't. I have Daniels higher. Whoops. Okay. I'll go Daniels, I guess.
I'm going with the rushing upside here. Stafford has shown, like I was looking at his game log last year, just because I was curious what he does during some of their most productive weeks. And honestly, because he doesn't have any rushing upside and because Kyron Williams can take up so much of that, not just like rushing and touchdown volume, but like rushing yardage volume to like get them to the red zone and stuff. Stafford has a pretty cap ceiling. I think the best game that he had last year was like just over 20 something points. And outside of that, most of his games were like 15 to 18. So he's fine, right? He's definitely serviceable, but he was going towards the end of last season. He was pretty consistently on the waiver wire.
Yeah. All right. We have a site submission for a start sit. So let's go ahead and knock that out. Nathan, it's the most recent one in there. Before the most recent blueprint. Okay. This is a Dynasty 10-team start 8 PPR 1 QB no tight end premium. And so you need your quarterback spot, and it's between Caleb Williams and Matt Stafford. And I think both of us have, let's see, you have Stafford at 20, I have 13. I have Stafford 1 spot ahead of Caleb. You have Caleb 4 spots ahead of Stafford. So which one do we want to go there?
Oh, gosh. Favor the veteran.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Running back, of these guys right here, Pollard's my favorite for sure.
Pollard. Yeah.
Flex 1, Olave's there. I'm taking Olave.
Flex 2.
Yeah, but I'm saying flex number 1, take Olave.
Yep. Olave, and then go with the upside with Amari.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah. So again, you've got Puka, he's safe. You've got Tyreek, he's going to produce. Let's get some upside in there. Let's get some veterans. I definitely like putting Chris Olave in your flex spot. Love that. This is a good team, man, even in Dynasty League. So good luck to you. And thanks for submitting. Like I said, guys, if you guys want to submit on the site, you can do so by going to flockfantasy.com. Use code DOMAIN. Go to this little thing up here at the top. This little thing is lighting up, and then start sit question. We can answer it just like that. But
heck yeah.
Appreciate it. We do have a super chat from Lito if you want to read that one real quick.
Yep. Lito says Flowers for Rice and Dotson and a 4th in Dynasty. Lease. So basically Flowers for Rice. In a vacuum right now, I'll take the receiver and the better offense. I'll go with Rashid Rice. I still believe that Zay Flowers' ceiling is higher than Rashid Rice's, just because of the way they utilize him all over the field. But I mean, you got to go with the guy that's more productive. that's shown that he can be consistently more productive at the moment, and that's Rashid Rice in the better offense with Patrick Mahomes. So I'm taking Rashid Rice there.
Yeah.
Another super chat from Josue says, you have to flex 1 in half PPR this week. Polk, Brian Thomas, or Yoshivas. I'll go with the best rookie there and take Brian Thomas.
Yeah, I think in a half PPR league, again, Polk is it's between Polk and Thomas. Really, we're not really wanting to flex Yoshivas this week. Maybe it'll come back to bite us, but
especially not in a half PPR.
No, especially not in a half PPR. And between Polk and Brian Thomas, just take the better receiver in a better situation. So I would go Brian Thomas there. But appreciate your super chat, my friend. Sleepy Joe, what's up? Who do I start? DJ Moore or Herbert for my super flex? Come on, comments thing, work. Why is it not working? There. Come on. There. Okay. DJ Moore or Herbert for my super flex. I guess in a redraft league, that is kind of a conversation. If it's a 6-point touchdown league, you have to start Herbert. If it's a 4-point passing touchdown league, I still lean Herbert. But let's see. Who do I start for my flex? DJ Moore, JSN, Evans, McBride. He says not DJ, JD. JD.
Jaden Daniels.
I mean, I guess you can, but that would be another super flex spot, right? Okay. I would start your quarterback in the super flex spot.
Yeah.
And flex DJ Moore. I would flex. Are you doing DJ Moore, Evans, or McBride? It's tight end premium, by the way.
McBride.
I think I'm good with that.
Yep.
So it sucks benching DJ Moore, but Jaden Daniels or Herbert is what he's saying. Okay, I see. I see. Okay.
Let's go with Daniels.
Daniels in your super flex, and then in your flex,
yep.
DJ Moore, JSN, Evans, McBride, and we're going McBride there in a tight end premium league. So risky bisky flexing a tight end, Mr. Nathan, but
in a tight end premium, he's the only experienced receiver for Kyler week 1.
Yeah.
So the only guy that has pre-established chemistry.
Yeah. Appreciate your super chat, Sleepy Joe. I'm glad I could freaking understand that too. I'm sorry, I was goofing my way through that like an idiot. So appreciate it. All right, guys, drop your super chats and we'll answer them here. But I think make sure we don't have any other site questions real quick.
Dude, I'm looking at the stream right now, and I'm making some of the dumbest faces.
Yeah, no, you do that pretty consistently, so it's kind of nuts.
They're like cracking.
You're good, Sleepy Joe. Thanks for your super chat, man. This is my bad.
Nathan trying to think looks like this.
Yeah,
it's really bad.
And sometimes you just freeze and you don't say anything. So, all right. Yeah, drop a like on the stream if you're just joining us. We've got 109 likes, 150 people watching. Let's get 150 likes right here. And if you haven't subscribed, look, we are at 10,852 right now. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, we appreciate it if you do. But we're going to keep going through and answering all your questions. Tresner says you make cute faces, actually. So,
oh, thanks, man.
You heard it from him.
Yep. Ryan says, Higgins in my second flex now. Now that he's hurt, do I start Gabe Davis or Ladd? I'm going to go with Ladd.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Ladd actually has the upside to be the top option there week 1. I think Gabe Davis, you know exactly what he is. And that is the ultimate boom bust guy. And his booms are not even as great as they were with Josh Allen even a couple years ago. So I got to go with Ladd there.
Trying to submit my team on the website, but it says I need credentials. Are you in an ESPN or a Yahoo league? If so, let me know. I think there's a special process for that.
Specials.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Ryan. Thanks for your super chat. Yeah, you guys can go to the site and ask questions. You can drop super chats. We'll keep trying to answer as many of these as we can. Something that I think we could do right now is kind of look at tonight's game and see
some of the lines.
Look at some of the lines. Look at some of the fantasy projections and things like that. And so I'll pull up the sleeper thing. Let's see if it works. Boom, there we go. This is the Flock League, so move that over. There we go. All right, so We got Love projected for 18 points tonight in half PPR leagues. Again, Love, Jaden Reed. Look at that. You got 3 guys in double figures here. Like, you just don't know. And you've got Dubs ahead of Watson, which is interesting. So I would expect a big game from these Green Bay wide receivers tonight. We've been saying that all week, but I think Jordan Love has a big game. I think Josh Jacobs obviously is projected to have a big game as well. I think the over-under on this game was set at like almost, I think it was like 48.5 or something, right?
It's on the higher end.
Yeah.
I can go I'll go verify that real quick.
Yeah. And then on the other side, I mean, I'm interested to see how the Eagles use Saquon Barkley. I'm interested to see if he is more effective than he's ever been in his career because he's playing in the best situation he's ever been in his career, right? And so that's obviously going to be a storyline tonight, but it's going to be interesting.
48.5.
48.5?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it'll be interesting, but we got a super chat over here, so let's jump over and I'll let you answer this one, Nathan.
Oh, man, barely covered the over on last night's game.
Really?
The spread was 46.5.
They're pretty good at their jobs.
Yeah.
You want to answer the super chat, Nathan?
Yes, I can. Sorry, I was looking at the spreads. I waited for QB. So I waited for QB, and everyone went double QB in a 1 QB league. But am left with Watson, Geno Smith, and Daniel Jones. Who would you guys prefer? Daniel Jones with the rushing upside. Deshaun Watson would be a close second just because the situation is so good around him. But I think I got to go Jones here.
Yeah, I think I'm going Jones as well. Watson's not a bad start, but I think I'm going Jones. Hey, Leandro, ESPN, I'm going to ask my developer for you real quick and see what you need to do. We'll get it fixed for you. You have to do something with your plugin, like to allow your league or something like that. I asked Joe, so we'll get an answer from him.
Yeah, Tresner says Barkley should be projected for like 20. Yeah. The one thing I would caution you about that matchup, though, is a lot of what goes on in week 1 is really just projection from last year. And Joe Barry is no longer the DC for the Green Bay Packers, which means they're not just going to give up 5 to 7 yard plays for free. Which means right in the run game, they're probably going to be a little tougher in the run game. I think they're going to do a lot of things that you don't expect or have come accustomed to with the Green Bay Packers defense over the last 5 years or however long Joe Barry's been the DC. I still expect Barkley to have a good game in the best situation of his life, but it was more just a side note. I think it'll be fun to see Green Bay actually have a respectable defense consistently. There was just way too much risk that they were taking. Just giving up all the little plays last year. Yeah. Sam says playing Wicks over Pollard tonight. Tell me I'm dumb. I don't think you're super dumb. I still prefer Pollard. I don't think you're super dumb. No, I think Wicks has just as good a chance as any of those receivers in that offense this year or this week to be productive.
Yeah.
Because again, week 1 is just complete parity, and every coach in the NFL would tell you that. So, Pollard, the one downside of starting Pollard week 1 is he's in a totally different situation that he's never been in his entire career, playing in a completely different system, right? So we really don't know. I mean, maybe they ride with Spears and give him a majority of the opportunities there because he is kind of used to that environment week 1, but I still would lean Pollard. I think Pollard is good enough of a running back to kind of transcend situation and being the new guy, as opposed to Wicks. I think Wicks is more risky there.
Yeah, I agree. Is it likely that Isaiah is more valuable in fantasy than Andrews? What do you think, Nathan?
Is it likely? Yeah, that's funny. Not yet. No. I am very willing to accept the potential fact that I was wrong about Isaiah Likely from a production perspective this year. I mean, he could be a productive guy. Would I bet on consistent production, 11 targets week in and week out? No. Boom bust, where you can plug him in your flex and be, pretty comfortable with the upside that he could offer. Yeah, I think that's totally possible. But for him to be more valuable than Andrews this year, I'm not there yet, and I think that could be one of the biggest week one overreactions that we could see in 2024.
Yeah, I think so too. Jaden Reed or Debo?
Debo.
Yeah.
It's got to be Debo, guys. It's got to be Debo this week.
Should I trade Yoshi for Hawk?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Christian Kirk.
The only time you're ever expecting Yoshi to be productive is when Higgins and or Chase are both down. And that just happened to be week one.
Yeah.
Hawk is an elite tight end. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to show them real quick. I want to show them the green light start sit tool real quick on the site.
Oh yeah, they'll dig that.
Yeah. So we released
Some
this.
awesome sauce right there.
We released this on the site this week. So if you're a mother flocker and you use code domain especially, you'll have access to this. But we are using, even when we're answering some of these questions, our new green light start sit tool. It's here, and basically it is. Take into account 4 factors. It's got the matchup data. You've got offensive data, so offensive efficiency, Vegas data, so the betting lines for the week for that specific matchup. I got there. I sounded like I was getting a cat.
Okay.
And then context. So context is determined by injuries and things like that. We have a guy dedicated to doing context. So basically, we're using this tool, and you can see some of the numerical scores over here. We don't tell you how we calculate them, but we're using this tool to kind of see what the outlook is for each player this week. So you go down here. Let's go in like the 150s and look for somebody. Like Keon Coleman has a pretty good matchup this week. It's the matchup itself is yellow, but the Vegas line is really nice for that game. Not to mention they've got a good situation. They don't have hardly any injuries there. But, the matchup is eh. The offense last year for receivers was eh. Some other examples here. Christian Watson has a pretty good matchup this week. Obviously, the context light is going to be red because they have some injuries. But with that being said, pretty good matchup, pretty good Vegas line, pretty good offense. And so we're using like these 4 factors on everything to kind of, we're using this to help like formulate our rankings every week. And so if you guys are interested in that, you can get it on the Flock site. Like I said, make sure you use code domain. But that's kind of what, when you guys ask start sit questions, we're kind of using our own little formulas here. So,
yep,
it's pretty freaking cool. All right,
they're like real formulas too.
Yeah, they are. Okay, drop a like if you've just joined us. We're happy you're here. Make sure you subscribe as well. I mean, if you look, we're getting up there. We're getting towards 11K, right?
Yep.
So we would love for you to subscribe. And like I said, flockfantasy.com/domain. If you get the annual tier and use code domain, you also get a free team blueprint. So, yeah. All right. Let's, I'm going to try to jump back up to the top here. I'm going to have you try to follow me. Let's see. Where can I jump to?
Let's just go to the very top.
Yeah. So like I have like Torsten's. You see Torsten's?
Yep.
Do that one.
I'm right there.
Gotcha.
Torsten says best time of the year started yesterday. Could not be any more correct about
Dang
that.
right.
Wish you all the best. Appreciate it. Are you doing a recap after tonight's game? That is to be determined.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Avery is nocturnal. I turn into an ogre after 10 p.m. Eastern time. You do not want to see it.
Yeah. 9 p.m. Central.
But
so.
Yeah, it is like the only Friday night game we're getting this week.
Yeah.
Or this year. So
I'll be on tonight after the game.
Christmas.
Hey, if you're watching and you plan on jumping in after the game, tell me in the comments so you can encourage me to jump on. I might take a nap or something so I can make it.
You're not gonna be able to see the game.
Tell me in the comments if you're gonna come in tonight. But all right, keep
Maybe
going.
Maybe that can be my job. You sleep during the game. I give you all the information that you need for the game, and then you do the live stream.
I don't know. Yeah, this is the first super chat we've ever gotten from Pineapple Man, and I love the name Pineapple Man. But it's $20 super chat. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for supporting. In a 12-team full PPR league, it's a 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 flex. Who would you guys start and sit with these players? Okay. QB, Burrow. Obviously, you're starting Burrow there. Nobody else on your bench, so yeah. Running backs, James Cook, I'm going to tell you right now since I read through this. Oh, actually, never mind. He gave me the positions are right there. I'm a freaking moron. Man, Pineapple Man, excuse my idiocy. 2 running backs. You've got James Cook. You've got David Montgomery. You've got Ford and Corum. Of the 2 running backs there, you start Cook, you start Monty. Call it a day.
This is a start 7. So we only have 1 flex spot here. Your 2 receivers, easily going to be CD and Cup or Amari Cooper. Cup, let's go with the better matchup.
Yep.
CD and Cup, and then your flex will be Amari Cooper.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yep. And then you got Laporte at tight end. So pretty good team.
Yep.
And like I said, in a 12 team where you're only starting 7 players, upside's going to be highlighted here, right? And so, you have some depth here with Corum and Ford and Sutton, and I'm assuming that's Jamison Williams. Yeah, because it's wide receiver. I'll give you some advice too, since you gave us a really nice super chat and we appreciate that. I would maybe try to take 2 of those guys and get another higher upside guy. If you can do it, if you can up tier, because again, you're only starting 7 players every week, and so you don't really need to have more than 9 startable players.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, good lineup. Definitely roll with those guys. I think the decision for you is pretty solid this week. Obviously, you're sitting Dobbs, you're sitting Sutton, but both of those guys are guys that have pretty low floors this week, I think. So, Pineapple Man, we love you. Thanks for your super chat. We appreciate it. All right, you guys are gonna be here. You'll be in here. Okay. All right. We'll be here. Good. Yeah, I'll jump on and do it. I might be jacked up if all the guys I have in fantasy score 1,000,000 points tonight. So, you're welcome, man. Thanks for your super chat. All right.
So I'm back up top. Victor Singh says, "What's the better trade? Waddle for Rice or Waddle, Kincaid, and Charbonnet for Kelce and Debo?" Probably the Waddle and Kincaid for Kelce and Debo. It does depend on what side you're getting. Are you getting the Kelce and Debo side or the Rice side? Or are you getting the Waddle side in both scenarios? I will say that I still prefer Kelce over Kincaid, and I do prefer Debo over Waddle. So I'd take the Kelce and Debo side there. Charbonnet, an absolute wash in fantasy. You're lucky if you can start him. Yeah.
Real quick.
What?
I'm trying to remember who was doing the ESPN league. Leandro. You have to install the plugin to allow your ESPN league to be public. And so once you should get the option to do that when you're trying to submit your team, it should have you try to install a plugin in your browser, and that's how you do it. It's a browser extension is what they're calling it. So I call them plugins, but whatever. Let me know if you don't see that, but that's what they said. I've never actually done an ESPN league on the tool, so I haven't synced one. Blues comment, Nathan.
Yep, Blue says pick 2 in PPR: Chuba, Shakir, Ladd, and Tajay. I'll go Shakir for sure. I'm going to sit Chuba this week because I do not like the matchup. So it's between Ladd and Tajay. Man. Ugh. Gosh. Do I want to go with the rookie receiver, or do I want to go Tajay Spears with Tony Pollard?
I think they're about the same tier. So
I'll go Tajay. I'm going to go Tajay. We have Palmer ranked over Ladd this week. So I'll go with Tajay Spears and Khalil Shakir.
I am dropping. I just dropped the link to the link to install the ESPN plugin for the site. So once you get that done, you should be able to submit your team and submit your start set questions after you link your team. So Ramirez says, I'm starting Trevor Lawrence over Burrow this week. What do y'all think? We have Burrow higher by about 5 spots, but yeah, we actually have him in different tiers too. I'm not sure why though, because it's because of me. You had him at 12. You have them 3 spots apart. I have them more than that. Honestly, I'm okay with it. I think they're in the same tier.
Burrow and Lawrence?
Yeah, Lawrence is playing the Dolphins.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. How do you feel about Higgins and London? Oh, he's talking to Tresner there. Okay. Just said there are people who drafted. Oh, okay. They're having a conversation.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here we go. You want to answer this one? Sorry, you can't see it. The FAAB for likely one.
Yeah, how much FAAB should I spend on likely? I drafted Mark Andrews for the stack with Lamar, and I'm worried Baltimore will lead more towards a 2 tight end game plan. Could call it a 1 tight end, 1 slot wide receiver game plan too, but
True.
I think percentage-wise, oh man, giving us practice here before we solidify it for next week's waivers
Well,
video.
that's what I was telling people last night. I had people asking me this question left and right, and I basically said, watch the playbook on Sunday night and watch our waivers video Monday morning. We'll give you exactly how much you should spend on them.
Don't spend it all. I would say be conservative. Anywhere from 10 to 20%.
Yeah, probably. We do have a super chat from Just Chrome. It's full PPR, Goddard, Taysom, or Parkinson. And I think we have Goddard ranked the highest of those guys this week, so I think we'll go Goddard, right?
Yeah.
And Parkinson's not a bad start this week, but I had Parkinson too low in my rankings. Oh well.
When you fade when you fade tight end in your fantasy drafts, Parkinson's a guy that you got to start this week. Yeah. So I'm starting him in a league or 2.
Yeah, we drafted a lot of him, didn't we?
Yep, we did.
Sorry, we didn't mean to skip your question. Parkinson. We have so many questions that they're disappearing. So sorry, we had to kind of skip around when we get super chats. But who in the flex? Zamir, Brian Thomas Jr., Sutton, A.D. Mitchell. Man, I don't know. Zamir. Who do they play?
I'm going with Cortland Sutton.
Who do the Raiders play?
Oh, Zamir, sorry. The Raiders play the crap. I'm looking it up now.
Why can't I remember that one? I feel like we haven't talked about them all week.
They haven't really. They're playing the Chargers. It's an in-division matchup. That's why.
I feel like we haven't talked about that matchup at all.
What's there to talk about?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
There's nothing to talk about until you actually see those 2 offenses play.
Yeah.
You have zero idea what the Chargers are going to look like, and you have zero idea what the Raiders are going to look like.
So are you going Sutton or Zamir?
Go with the running back there. Zamir.
Okay, I'll go Zamir. Yeah. Okay.
Sutton would be my second choice there.
This is a you question, Nathan. If Field starts, where are you ranking him?
In the same tier as Daniel Jones, because they're both equally as bad. But they have rushing upside. So
yeah. Hey, we got a super chat from Ryan. Ryan, what's up, my man? Congrats on 10K. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm happy you're one of those 10K. No questions, just a shot call. Dobbins goes for 80 rushing, 40 receiving yards, and a touchdown this week against the Raiders. Roast me. You know what? I'm not going to roast you because when Dobbins has played in the past, he has had games like this. He is healthy right now. And he is going to get as much work as he probably can handle. He's listed on the depth chart as running back 1A with Gus Edwards, right? 1A, 1B, right? So this would not floor me. This would not floor me. It's definitely a shot, though. I mean, I think it'd be more of a shot that he'd have 80 ACL tears and 40 minutes on the bench. But with that being said, if he's healthy, he's a good running back. It's just he can't stay healthy. So... But appreciate the super chat for your shot called, man. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to remember that one. Tej Wang, one of our regulars. Thoughts on Freiermuth for the rest of the season? Taysom, Hawk on my IR. Muth got paid today, by the way.
Yeah, I know. With the contract, nothing's changed for me. Same outlook as previously. He's in the same situation, same horrible situation.
I mean,
he's going to be one of the easier targets. That's why I like Roman Wilson, is the same reason why I'm like, if you want to go with Freiermuth, that's fine.
It will allow his value to pop up next year if they do go get a new quarterback.
Could.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I'm at with it. But I was getting him in the 13th round of Dynasty drafts this year, so that's good value.
Freiermuth's had 55,000 concussions.
Yes. Yeah. He needs to wear the Guardian cap for sure.
He does. He absolutely does.
And then in terms of I would probably take Freiermuth over Taysom Hill right now. But if you want to bet on Taysom Hill just being the Swiss Army knife, you could. But you'll get Hawk back, I think. So I think Hawk is coming back. All right.
Yes, sir, he is. Darnold's going to love him, too.
Let's see. Who we got?
He's a big, giant person in the middle of the field that I can throw it to.
Right.
Yes, please.
You want to jump up
5
to
yards down the field.
You want to jump up to Tomas' question?
Moss says, "Hey guys, greetings from Germany.
What's up?
Hello. Who should I start my 14-team PPR league on the flex? Options are Deontay, Palmer, Singletary, McLaughlin, and Mooney.
Okay.
It's going to be Deontay or Palmer.
Palmer.
I know that for sure. Probably go with Palmer this week.
Yeah, I agree. Singletary or Palmer? Palmer.
Palmer.
Etienne or
Etienne
Kyron?
or Kyron and PPR. Kyron.
Good problem to have.
Yes, it is.
Thomas or
Give me
Palmer?
Palmer.
Let's go to Luis 29. Full PPR pick 2, need a flex spot if Chase doesn't play. Christian Watson, Brian Thomas Jr., Najee, Yeshivas, or Demont?
Pick 2. Christian Watson and Montgomery.
Yeah,
Top 2 for me.
Tua or Caleb?
Tua.
Gotta
go with experience.
He's a Bengals wide receiver. Javonte Williams or Zach Moss, full PPR, Chase limited, take insert. Who do we have higher?
I think this week we have
Javonte.
Javonte.
Yeah, we have Javonte higher. But
Because he's not splitting a backfield.
no, he has a tier above, so let's go Javonte Williams.
Yeah.
Pickens, Jaden Reed, and Kirk. Pick 1.
Kirk.
Yeah. I think I agree. All right. Let's see what time it is. It's 6:30. All right. Let's make sure we don't have any super chats. Let's do a 5-minute warning. We're probably going to hop off here in about 5 minutes. So get your super chats in. I got to go make chicken tacos for dinner. So that's what I got going on tonight.
That new Asian place that popped up on County Line in Emerson.
Baby Bop?
The Bibop.
I went there the other night.
Yeah. Yep. I'm having it.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Right when I get off here.
To answer your question here, I would go. I'd probably go Christian Kirk here. Yeah.
Agreed.
Burton is apparently having issues at Cincinnati like he did with his attitude. Yeah, I thought about that. Thoughts on starting Devonta and AJ Brown, or should I just start Diggs over Devonta? Probably. Where do I have? I have Devonta Smith and Diggs. We have them 2 spots apart, but we do have Devonta Smith higher. So,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Yeah, you can go with that. I think starting with Devonta Smith and AJ Brown is fine. I don't have an issue with that at all.
Yeah, you want to take a couple here?
We got some super chats down at the bottom. Umut says, thoughts on Keaton Mitchell after we see Derrick Henry's performance? Do you think he has a chance to see a respectable amount of carries or targets? Yes, I actually do. I don't know if he's slated to start next week or to play next week. Is he on the pup?
I don't think he is, but
Okay. With the receiving usage that Justice Hill was getting, I actually think that it's feasible for Keaton Mitchell to get a decent amount of usage there as well. Because it's not because I think Derrick Henry is going to continue to be utilized the way he was week 1.
he is on
I
the
think
pup.
it's because Lamar is not going to run the ball as much as he did.
He is on the pup. I lied.
He is on the pup?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't think Lamar is going to run the ball as much as he did week 1. That's not sustainable.
Yeah.
Cannot be doing that with your star quarterback. So, especially with the size, you lost like 15 pounds again because you want to be faster.
Look, I think they found their duo too. They've got Henry and they've got Justice Hill. Like, if they think it works, they're probably gonna roll with it. So,
yeah, Keaton Mitchell is more explosive than Justice Hill though. So, like from a passing game, I think if once he comes back, I think you could see him taking away from Justice Hill, but not from Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Good question though.
Yep.
Vincent says full PPR. Appreciate your super chat, man.
Man, Vincent, appreciate you, man.
He says full PPR. I have Mahomes and Love. Running backs are Bijan, Javonte, Warren, and Eckler. Wide receivers are Olave, Pittman, BTJ, Dubs, Sutton, McMillan, tight ends Ferguson, and Musgrave. Should I downgrade from Mahomes? Yes. And try to get a top-tier wide receiver. I'm middle of the pack in a 12-team league.
Good question.
So,
yeah.
Yes.
Assuming it's not a super flex.
Correct. Is this a Superflex redraft, Superflex Dynasty?
Yeah. Give us a setting so we can give you the exact right answer because you deserve it.
Yeah. If you want to make a contending push as well, because I think you've got the running backs to do it, You can move off of Olave and get like a Tyreek Hill. You can even down tier from Bijan if you want to get a little depth at running back and get like Jonathan Taylor and Saquon Barkley type guys. But with Mahomes, if you're to down tier from Mahomes in a super flex format, I would be looking. What are some cheaper guys that have the same skill sets as Mahomes from a fantasy production perspective?
I mean,
Burrow.
Yeah, Burrow, Dak, Love.
Dak is a good one.
So,
Purdy.
Yeah.
If you want to do a down tier, you could do Goff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you would want to get. What are some elite receivers you'd have them target?
You've got Olave, Pittman, BTJ. Like, I'm thinking, like, if you can try to swing. I mean, it just depends on. I wonder if he says it's a dynasty league. Okay, 1 QB, 2 wide receiver, 2 running back. That makes more sense. 1 tight end, 2 flex.
1 QB. So less down tier from Mahomes, like big time down tier. Honestly, you could just entirely trade away Mahomes straight up.
Yeah, I think so.
Right, because you've got Love, you're fine. You can go get a throw in like Kirk Cousins, right, to back up Jordan Love. And what I would do there is I would target that range of like Ayuk and Waddle.
I mean, you could probably go as high as London with Mahomes.
You could go as high as it. So if you can go as high as London, you can go as high as AJ Brown.
Yeah. So
And
those
then
guys,
you're golden.
Those are some of our favorites right now.
Yep.
But Drake London, obviously Tyreek Hill, if you can get him, AJ Brown, those would be our top 3 targets. Down to guys like Waddle, Olave, Brandon Ayuk, Nico Collins, those type of players. And so
I think that's a great move, man.
I do too.
I think that's great. So many people are reluctant to move off of Mahomes once they own Mahomes. And I think there are just too many scenarios where it benefits people to down.
Yeah, I agree. In the middle of the pack, again, the way that you kind of get ahead there is you down tier from one of your elite quarterbacks and get better at another position, right? And your wide receivers are good, but you're right. Adding, I mean, if you can swing a Tyreek Hill or AJ Brown, it's going to take your team to the next level.
Yep.
So we appreciate you, man. You are the best. Thank you for your super chat, man. We really appreciate it. Tyler says, start Bengals, bum 3 wide receiver, Dell or Shakir. Dell.
Dell.
Sure. Dell.
100% Dell.
Good question. Yep. And also Bears, Seahawks, or Falcons. Probably the
Falcons D, because they are playing the Pittsburgh Steelers offense.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
With Justin Fields. That is like interception city.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right. Yeah, I'll do we'll do 1 more minute on here, but we're gonna wrap it up and we're gonna go enjoy a little bit of time before the game. I'll be back on tonight, so come join me tonight. Turn on your notifications. You can see when I go live. We'll break down everything from a fantasy football perspective from the game. But I'll do a lot. I'm doing a last. This is our last call. It's closing time. I love that song. Do you like that song?
I don't really know what you're referencing.
Oh my gosh, I knew that was coming. You don't know closing time?
Can you play it for me?
No, because we're gonna get copyrighted if I do.
Just send it to me, and then I'll tell you if
I'll send it to you.
Recognize it or not.
All right, y'all. We appreciate you. Thanks for jumping in. Like I said, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you try to get us to 11K. But we'll be back on here tonight, break down the whole game, or I will, and we'll answer all your questions. So